In the kitchen. Hope everyone is having a good night. I just want to make sure you got some volume and hopefully you can hear me. I made ground turkey meatloaf, and this is what it looks like. I just heated this slice. I'm going to taste it while it's still warm, and then I'm going to tell you how I made it. You know, I have a recipe for cheesy ground turkey in my cookbook, and that's my cookbook behind me. Let's taste this. It's really good, but I gotta tell you, it's really spicy. But I like spicy, and I didn't realize why it was so spicy until I started pulling out the ingredients. So I'm gonna tell you what I did, and you may not want it as spicy as this is, but I like spicy food, so this is right down my alley. You will see there's some ketchup, and it actually is spicy jalapeno ketchup that just happened to find one day. It's Heinz jalapeno ketchup, and it's spicy, and you can see I've used basically all of this. But this is my dinner time too, guys. I'm sorry, so I really am eating. It's really good. Ground turkey, you can see that it's not, hello, thank you for joining me. I think it's hashtag in it. You can see it's kind of like gray. Ooh, I'm showing you all that ketchup there. The top is mozzarella cheese. I actually put the mozzarella cheese, this time I used mozzarella, on the inside, but the cheese had been frozen, and so it was shredded. And so when I put it inside my ground turkey and pork sausage, I had some pork sausage, when I put it inside, I didn't try to break it up because the cheese had been frozen. So I had a pound of ground turkey that I found in the freezer, and I had a pound of pork sausage, and it was hot pork sausage. And so what I added to that was an envelope of the Lipton beefy onion soup, which then gives me a little flavor like beef. So that's how I'm psyching myself out and others to make them think it's beef. So I added that. I added some Italian breadcrumbs that I soaked in my milk. I use Fairlife. I only soak it just to make it a little more easy for me to mix it. And I added 1 egg. I use Eggland Best eggs, trying to get as much protein. And these eggs come from vegetarian fed hens. So I used 1 egg, chopped up an onion, added some onion powder. I even added onion powder even though I used a fresh onion, because I want flavor. Because remember, I'm piling on or stacking my flavor. Added some Italian seasoning. I actually ground my black pepper this time. And I ground the salt. I did not put very much salt because anytime you use something like a powdered mix, this has 640 milligrams of sodium, and I don't eat a lot of salt, so I didn't want it to be too salty, but I didn't mind it being too spicy. Isn't that something? So I added all that. I put some granulated garlic. I'm trying to think. I think that's all that I put in the base of the meat. So I had a pound of ground turkey. I had a pound of pork sausage, and it was spicy sausage. Mixed that together, put my onions. I didn't have peppers or anything like that. I was just putting whatever I had in the fridge. Mixed all of that with the different spices and herbs. Then what I did was, and I don't have any, yes, I did this. I've been traveling. And so while I was traveling, you go to a fast food restaurant and you get, salt and pepper, and you get ketchup packs. Well, I had these ketchup packs, and I thought, well, you're not going to be traveling anytime soon, so what you need to do is use them. So I cut up the little packs. I felt like I was doing an episode of Chops or something, but you never know what's going to be in the basket. So I cut up all my packs of ketchup and I put it in a bowl. I added some Italian seasoning to it. I would have added onion powder, garlic, and then I would have put some stevia to help cut the tomatoey flavor. And that's when, you know, I was in and out the fridge and thought, oh, why not put some mustard? And when I pulled this out a few minutes ago, I realized it was spicy brown mustard. So, oh, go figure. That's the reason it's so spicy, because I layered spice on top of spice. Mixed all of that together, and I put the majority of it into the meat mixture. Then it was like, okay, you don't really have any left. And it was probably about 3/4 of a cup because I wasn't measuring. And I'm like, but you have no ketchup or tomato sauce to put on top of the ground turkey. So that's when I went to the fridge and I just pulled this out. And then later I was like, well, you might want to put a little of your sugar-free in. So I mixed a little bit of my sugar-free in. This is what I use. I like G. Hughes' sugar-free product. So I put a little bit of that in. And I mixed everything together, as I said. Then I left the extra, I could say it was marinara sauce this time, but I left my extra ketchup sauce and I put it in on the ground turkey after it had been in the oven on 400. I'm gonna say maybe about 20 minutes, because I think it cooked about 40 minutes overall. And I found that this was quite good. You know, I'm gonna tell you, I went to my cookbook as I was cooking because I'm like, now how did you do this the first time? And then I was like, oh yeah, you had other things. And so I'm like, okay, just grab this different stuff that you've got, put it together, and we'll see what it turns out to be. And as I said, I like it. It's spicy. So if you're a person, and again, you see the ketchup there, which is so spicy, and all of this cheese, because what happened was, as the turkey meatloaf cooked, all of the mozzarella cheese began to ooze out. And I was like, oh, I can't lose this cheese because I need the protein. So I've got that poke sausage that you might not need to have, but I was trying to dress this up a little bit. But I've got my ground turkey, and then I've got mozzarella cheese. And I was not going to let my mozzarella cheese just go. So I made sure that when I sliced it, I was making sure that the slices of the cheese was going to be there too. But if you're the type of person who likes spicy food, you're going to like this. If you're not that type of person, I don't know if I would recommend how many, I guess I did triple spices, because I had the hot pork sausage, then I put the spicy mustard in there, and then I had the audacity to put some jalapeno ketchup. If you don't like it that spicy, but you like spice, maybe go one or the other. It may be just enough for you to add some spicy brown mustard. Normally I wouldn't add mustard, but as I was adding extra things to my marinara sauce that I was making up with those packages of ketchup, I thought, well, if it was a burger, you would put mustard on there. So why not add it? I didn't add any Worcestershire sauce or anything like that this time around. Like I said, I like it. I've got a few other ways that I'm going to eat it that I'm going to be sharing with you. But I like it. It's not too spicy for me. And you saw the slice that I had. If I take time, like over 30 minutes, I'll eat this whole slice. And for me, I should take at least 30 to 40 minutes before. Hi, Suxon. I might be mispronouncing it. Thanks for joining me. I should take, as a person who's had gastric sleeve surgery, I should take about 30 to 40 minutes to eat my food. Of course, I got a little bit in my mouth. We're supposed to chew our food about 50 to 70 times, but even if you haven't had surgery, you should chew your food well. And when I'm chewing and I'm paying attention, mindfully chewing, I'm counting. Because I want to make sure that I've ground my food up really fine, because my stomach is much smaller. And so therefore my GI tract is a little different. So I want to make sure that I'm actually chewing my food well. So in about 30 to 40 minutes, I would eat all of this. It's so good. But tonight, as I said, I'm chewing now. I don't have a crunch. Everybody knows I gotta have a crunch. I don't have a crunch with this, but it's okay because it's so spicy. It's good. This is my spicy, cheesy ground turkey meatloaf. It's really good. As I said, if you like spices, layer on spicy mustard, layer on Heinz's jalapeno ketchup, and I use spicy pork sausage. You could use spicy beef sausage. You could use whatever you want. You could put pepperoni in there. I thought about that. My pepperoni is turkey pepperoni, so it wouldn't have kicked it up a notch. But I thought about doing that. I may try it the next time I make it and see what type of flavor it adds, because it should make it more Italian-y flavored, and I would use probably less of this. But you can't go wrong with ground turkey. I know it gets a bad rap, but it's really good. It's just you have to take time with it. It's like nursing a baby. You got to pet it. You got to make sure it has everything it needs so that when you take that first bite, as you saw me doing that first bite, your eyes and mind go, boom. It's wonderful. And this, let you see me take one more bite, is really good. This is really good. Now I've got more cheese there, guys. It's more cheese. I'm gonna let you see me take one more bite. I'm seeing the onions. They don't like it when I do this, but it makes me want to make a sound because it's really good. It's really good. And if it wasn't good, I wouldn't tell you it was good, because I've made some stuff and I've tasted some stuff and I'm like, I got to work on that a little more. I don't want to taste that anymore. But this is good. And if you like spicy, you're going to love it. Hi, Arthur, Jim, Collie. Thanks for joining me. This is so good. It makes me want to do ee! Ee! It's that good to me. It is very, very good. So, make sure you try it. I put all the ingredients here. Go back, look at the live, and then let me know how you like it. Make sure now, if you're not into spicy food, don't put too much spice. Hey, Arthur, Jim, don't put too much spice. Don't put too much spice, because it is spicy. I'm going to tell you that. But it's very good. So this was my spicy, cheesy turkey meatloaf. It is wonderful. I'm enjoying it. And I'm going to show you a little later something else I'm going to do with it. Because, again, I got to figure out how to reinvent it another way. Got to put it in a different dish and see how it tastes. But I think it's going to taste really good. As always, thank you so much for joining me, Taz in the Kitchen, live. And remember, before you take care of someone else, make sure you take care of yourself first. Bye now. Have a good one. Bye.